know what this is all about.
Yeah, how are you?
Good. Yourself, sir?
Just fine. I'm Stephen. Pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you, Marilyn.
Hi, Marilyn.
Absolutely. I love that.
Oh, thank
Gender
you.
clinics and children. I didn't read the front of it. So explain.
Well, gender clinics try to turn girls into boys, for example, with testosterone and mastectomies. That's harmful.
And I believe, to a certain degree, you're right. Being transgender myself,
Okay.
definitely a kid at that age doesn't have the capacity to realize what they are yet. But at the same time, I do believe people are sometimes like me, born in the wrong body.
Really?
Definitely.
How does that happen? What does it mean to be born in the wrong body?
Means, for whatever reason, when I look in the mirror, I'm female, but I'm male outer shell. I have the same parts as you do, but when I look in the mirror, it's something different. I'm scared, dysphoria sets in. You want so bad to be female, but you can't. You don't have the parts to be. So you kind of spend every night asking God, why did you do this to me? You know, why was I put down here when I'm female in a male's body?
So it's dysphoria.
It's dysphoria.
And you've had that all your life?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Looking back on it now, I can see growing up. Literally, I did it to the extreme. I went after, in my adulthood, the most manliest profession a man could have, which to me was a cowboy coming up from the South. So I worked around horses and had all the muscle and everything. Not surgery yet, no, estrogen. I've been on estrogen for probably about a year now, medically transitioning. A year before that, I came to a realization, and literally if you read any kind of information, I'm sorry, I have a learning disability, so a lot of times my speech will slow down when I'm trying to find the right words.
Mm-hmm.
But any kind of documentation or anything like that, I learned all about it before I came out to make sure I better want this like water to live, because I could literally lose everything. And that's what I did. I lost family. I lost my wife out of it. I've almost lost my apartment back there a few times.
Kids?
For it. We were lucky enough not to have kids. She was our only kid.
You still have a good relationship with your wife?
I did have a good relationship, yeah.
Do you still?
No. She bailed and went into the wind.
Wow. How long were you married?
We were married 7 years.
So is there any particular event that made you decide to make the big change? Or is it just something that was building up?
It was building up. Like I said, I can look back and see the signs of it over my life. But when I looked at my life and what it was at that point, I literally was on the bathroom floor one night crying my eyes out. Because my life had become so tough and so hard. And I knew all throughout my life something wasn't right. And I knew kind of what it was. And I said to myself that night on that bathroom floor, if I'm going to go through this much misery, I'm at least going to be happy and live the way I want to live, be who I want to be.
So this happened last summer, last spring?
Way back. I've been transitioning for about 2 years.
2 years, okay.
Yeah. So it happened for a while. And it was scary as heck coming out. And I'm still scared when I walk out my door in public. But I don't let on to it now. I've learned how to live with it and to be happy walking up and down the street. So in a way, I know you're right for what you're doing. For the kids being this tall, they don't know. Their parents need to be involved in that kind of decision. I understand that. But at the same time, it is possible for people like me to be born in that wrong body and just not know it. Yeah, actually, you could literally die off of it. Because you're trying to get a male shell to do what a female does. And if you read the science of it, the male shell can do, to an extent, what the female can do. We can grow grass no matter what gender we are. The mind changes with estrogen. Male is linear thinking from point A to point B. A female, you have many, many different options trying to solve the same problem coming up all at once, and it's learning how to weed through that to get to kind of that male thinking of, okay, I need to solve the problem. So your mind changes a little bit in that way. Like I said, you have to be willing. You need it like water to live. If you don't, if there's any other way, don't do it, because the risk is so high, blood clots and everything like that. The second that you have a blood clot, you can never go on estrogen again. You have to stop your transition altogether.